So Trails fans, are you happy? Because I'm pretty damn happy. I think the only one not happy today is probably NISA, because they had the Falcom 40th anniversary live stream tonight. And I thought that was a little bit odd that they would announce that, especially if it was just going to come with a Hajimari no Kiseki announcement. So I was already a little bit suspicious that these games were going to be announced. And poor NISA, they thought they were going to blow us away, knock our socks off, just blow us all over with all of these localization announcements. And unfortunately, the wind's been taken right out of their sails, so to speak. I'm sure they're just devastated by the fact that leaked early. I'm sure they were just waiting for all of our reactions to this news, and I couldn't be happier. And that's for one main thing. I'm not going to worry about this series anymore. I've worried about this series for the last 10 years. I've always been thinking, oh, are these games going to get localized? When are they going to get picked up? When are they going to get translated? Even with Hajimari no Kiseki, there was just the smallest part of me that was a little bit fearful. And and I know that's silly. That's probably PTSD from me. Waiting for these games for years, waiting for just announcements, let alone playing the games themselves. But now I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm just going to take it for granted. As long as NISA's a company, I'm just going to take it for granted all of these games are going to eventually come over. Because with this type of announcement for Legend of Heroes games, essentially, I feel like that's them throwing down the gauntlet, being like, we're here to stay, we're here to support this series going forward, and I'm just not going to worry about these games making it over anymore. I think they're pretty much a sure thing, as long as NISA's a company and unless they go tits up somehow. The one thing that does suck, and I know a lot of you are probably here with me, is the latest game, Hajimari no Kiseki, we're not getting until 2023. That sucks. Yes, it's a long wait, and I played the translated versions of Zero no Kiseki and Ao no Kiseki from Geofront. So it's going to be a bit of a long wait, but it's still amazing news because there's a lot of people that are going to play these games now, and it's the best time to do it because if they didn't do it now with Zero and Out, I don't think they ever would have. I think now is a perfect opportunity. I mean, the perfect opportunity would have been to do it before Cold Steel. We're long past that, but no, because Hajimari wraps up the Crossbell saga, and now people will play Zero, then they'll play Ao, and then they'll be fully acquainted with Lloyd and crew and their story, and Lloyd and all of his companions totally deserve to be localized officially because they're amazing games with amazing characters, and I couldn't be happier for them. And now when people play those two games and they go into Hajimari, they're going to be fully acquainted and they're just going to get so much more out of the experience because there's probably a lot of Cold Steel players who are like, who the hell are all these people? And they just didn't really know much about them, and they just didn't have the same level of connection with them. And that won't be a problem. And I know there's people out there that haven't even moved on since Trails in the Sky the Third because they've been waiting for the Crossbow games because they don't want to touch the Cold Steel ones until they can play the game in the proper order. And all those people are going to come on board, and we're going to get new fans. And it's just so awesome. And I just wanted to talk about it because I wanted to share my good vibes, and I'm just feeling so good about this series now. And I wish we could have kind of gotten that announcement later in the day with NISA and their big presentation. But Epic Games Store seems to be leaking a ton of stuff. Holy cow. And then the only other thing I can't help but think about is Kuro no Kiseki. Because I was hoping we'd play that game maybe roughly a year after release. But now it's probably going to be late 2023, probably 2024 now before we play that. But by that time, I'm assuming Kuro no Kiseki will probably have a sequel. All the other Trails games have. Maybe they'll be able to translate them both at once and we'll get them in fairly quick succession. So that would be kind of nice as well. So eventually they will catch up to translating these games fairly quickly after they're released in Japan. And I mean by fairly quickly, within hopefully a year. So no, all in all, great news. I think it's great for the franchise. It's going to bring in more fans. It's a win for everybody, except maybe for us who played the Geofront translations. But I'm willing to wait. I've waited for these games. I've just waited for announcements for the goddamn games. Now I just get to wait for them knowing they're coming for sure. And that's amazing. So what do you all think about this announcement? I'm tickled pink. Can't wait. I'm going to have a drink tonight to celebrate because this is a video I've always hoped I could make for this channel. I was always hoping I could make an announcement video of this type. And now I got to. So that's awesome. So it's been a good day. So as always, thank you for watching. Leave some comments below. Let me know how excited you are, hopefully. And I'll talk to you next time.